Hello, everybody. Bryony here, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today, we're going to be talking about ZOOMstudio and how we use PromoStandards to pull in product data. I know we have a combination of technical people and business people on this session, so we're going to keep a fairly high level, but if you have technical questions or want to get into the nitty-gritty, reach out and we'll be more than happy to have a one-on-one follow-up demo or call. All right, so as mentioned, today's focus is PromoStandards. We host this demo day once a month on a different topic. At the end of the session, I'll show you the upcoming sessions we'll be hosting and hope you can join those as well. But let's jump right in. So on our agenda for today, we're going to do everything in 30 minutes to keep it short. We're going to start by talking about why we built ZOOMstudio, what it is, who will use it. Then we're going to create some content to show you the interface, and then we're going to get to the core of the session, which is PromoStandards. So a little bit of background. Why did we build ZOOMstudio? Zoom Catalog has been in the industry for 15 years. We initially started the company to help suppliers get their print catalogs online and make it easy for distributors to find and share them. Over the years, we've evolved and built additional tools, including ways to customize the content, but suppliers all kept coming back with similar pain points when it came to creating this content they needed, whether it be catalogs, lookbooks, presentations, flyers, and so forth. First of all, our industry is going digital and undergoing a digital transformation. It might have been slower than other industries, but it is happening and it's happening rapidly. Distributors want to have access to great tools to be able to complete sales and market products. And there is an expectation that suppliers are bringing these tools to them. So the digital transformation was part of why we're doing what we're doing. That manual process of creating robust catalogs in InDesign and then getting them online or printing them is transforming. It's a very difficult process because once you have your piece published, if anything changes, it's very difficult to get it up to date. It takes time and resources. So we wanted to transform that manual process of creating content so that anyone on your team can create content quickly and easily and at scale. Also, the volatile supply chains were another reason why we needed to build ZOOMstudio. I already mentioned it, but keeping content up to date can be very challenging, especially with how often product availability, pricing, and other details are changing. With ZOOMstudio, it is very quick and simple, and in some cases automatic when changes happen to data that the content that's out there is updated. There's also changing expectations. Again, this is another thing I mentioned, but distributors want easy, simple tools, and they want things quickly and fast. They do not have 3 to 4 days to wait for you to get them a presentation to send to their clients. They need it at the moment they ask for it. And they not only need it, they expect it. Also, end users are expecting the same level of speed and accuracy. So bringing tools like ZOOMstudio to the table ensures you can quickly create what people need, when they need it, customized to their needs, and get it to that end user. And there's also a need for customization, growing custom needs. After a few years of launching Zoom Catalog, we launched a platform called Zoom Custom, which many of you are probably familiar with. With Zoom Custom, your distributors can drag and drop their logo and contact information onto your content, whether it be catalogs or flyers. This is a very great and helpful tool, but distributors are wanting more and more customization beyond their branding. They want to maybe choose the products, mark up the pricing, and make other changes that is not possible with the way content is today. So while it's been very helpful to get your catalogs digitized and online and into Zoom Catalog, and those tools are continuously used all day by distributors, there's the next level, which is being able to fulfill these custom requests that distributor or suppliers are getting daily. So what is ZOOMstudio? ZOOMstudio is the industry's smartest and easiest design tool, enabling you to create custom content at scale. When we get into the tool, you'll see this, but we have built ZOOMstudio in a way that is so simple for anyone to use that you can empower anyone on your team, as well as distributors, to quickly create what they need when they need it. And all of this is powered by your product data. That is the heart of ZOOMstudio. Without a platform like ZOOMstudio, if you needed to create a presentation or a lookbook, you're likely having to use specialized software like InDesign or Illustrator. You're doing a ton of copying and pasting. You're trying to find the right resolution images. It can take weeks. I know some suppliers who take months to put their catalogs together. But by connecting your product data to ZOOMstudio, it's right there at your fingertips. You can find exactly what you need and configure that information as you need it as well. So who uses ZOOMstudio? ZOOMstudio is a tool for everyone. Anyone on your team can use it, including your marketing team, your sales team, and your design team. We have some suppliers currently utilizing ZOOMstudio heavily in-house. They've trained their sales reps on how to quickly put presentations together when they're needed. They've trained their design team to be able to create templates that can be quickly customized. And of course, the marketing team can quickly create content too. There has been a growing demand for more breakout targeted content. We've seen it trending within Zoom Catalog where suppliers have gone far beyond their full line catalog. They're creating more breakout pieces for niche markets or categories. And those are really challenging to create and then keep up to date. It requires a lot of effort that is worth it. But by enabling a tool like ZOOMstudio, it's going to be easier than ever to create more of this niche content. And on top of it, that content is customizable. So when a distributor loves it, but they need this changed or that changed, those requests are now on the table. And then of course, your distributors. You can give access to ZOOMstudio to your distributors so they can create what they need. Most suppliers with ZOOMstudio add it to their website, and I'll touch on this a little later. We have some options for that, but you can add the tools to your website to make your website even more useful. So let's talk about the benefits of ZOOMstudio. First of all, you're going to be able to not only create, but also capture, but create more demand. We know that you're getting requests for custom content daily. So those requests you can now fulfill them by being able to jump into ZOOMstudio and create those pieces. But you can also use ZOOMstudio proactively to create more demand. So you can create content and share it with prospects. You can do more marketing pieces. These are things that otherwise probably weren't on the table because it just was so time consuming without ZOOMstudio. You can also collaborate more and make better decisions. One of the most exciting parts of ZOOMstudio is our dashboard. Our dashboard allows your entire team to come in and see what's being created, how it's performing, when things are being viewed, what pieces are doing better than others, and also share designs with each other. So that collaborative piece of ZOOMstudio is very powerful. We know that suppliers today, when they get a request for example, a presentation, they are likely going and creating, maybe putting some URLs into an email, or they're going into, I don't know, Canva or some tool. And probably each rep is doing something different. There's no streamlined process to get these presentations done and out quickly. So with ZOOMstudio, it's all being done in one place. And it also gives your team management a greater look at what's being done, what each individual rep is doing, what they're sharing, which products they're presenting, if those are being viewed. And ultimately, those can be tied back to sales. So you're going to get tools for your distributors to collaborate, as well as tools for your management to have better oversight and insight into how things are going. You can design more without spending more. This goes without saying. Being able to create something that took weeks now in minutes is a huge benefit. And also enabling others besides designers and those with specialized knowledge to create means you can have more designs being done without having to employ more designers or outsource work. And you can create content within minutes, not hours. You'll see this when I jump into the tool and create a quick presentation. But when you create something today, you're likely doing a ton of copying and pasting. You're trying to save images. Then once you have it, you download it as a large, heavy PDF, which is hard to transfer. All of these things are made simple with ZOOMstudio, so you can get things done quickly. And with our website integration options, specifically our one-click API, you can have a way for your distributors and even your team to create content with a single click. So literally in seconds, they can get what they need. And we'll come back to that. So I'm going to jump out of our slideshow now and into the tool to give you a quick tour. I'm going to keep this very quick because we do want to keep the session to 30 minutes, but if you want a deeper dive, reach out and we'll show you. So I am in the PCNA ZOOMstudio. When we get you set up as a new supplier, you're going to get your very own ZOOMstudio connected to your data. And when a user comes in here, they can either choose to start with a template or they can start from scratch. The template library is a very cool feature because you or your team members can come in and create content that you get requests for all the time, like a bestsellers lookbook or items under $1 flyer, vertical market pieces, back to school pieces. There's just so many things you can create to drop into your template library as a great starting point for anyone to use. So that way, when a sales rep is asked for something, they can go and choose a template or they can create their own. So I'm going to click Make It Quick and get started. Now, as mentioned, I'm doing a really quick walkthrough here. So you can do a lot more than I'm about to show you, but we'll get into that on a one-on-one if you would like. Let's see. I think my internet timed this out. Sorry, guys. Of course, this is happening right now. One moment. I'm going to switch over here. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do when creating a design is fill in my design settings. I'm going to give it a name. So I'm just going to write demo, but of course, in your case, you would name it what it is. So a specific piece for a customer or that back to school catalog. Next, if applicable to your data, we can support multiple currencies, at which point I would choose here. And then I can choose my page orientation. I can choose portrait or landscape. Landscape is going to be great for presentations, inspiration boards, and portrait is great for those lookbooks, catalogs, flyers, and so forth. You can easily switch between the two types once you've started creating. So if you're not sure, you can just choose one and then check it out later. And then by default, it's going to have your logo. So if I am a PCNA team member, I have the PCNA logo. If I'm a distributor, it'll be my logo, but I can switch this out too. So if I am a sales rep creating for someone, I can click and choose a logo I either previously uploaded or upload a new one. Not only that, you can create a shared library, so you can put all your distributor logos in here so that a sales rep can find exactly what they need without needing to upload. So I'll switch that logo and you'll see now once I get started, that logo is on the page. Now you'll see that this is very simple. And the reason is because we want to make it really quick and fast to put something together. So we didn't want to have a lot of buttons and options. We wanted to make it really fast and something that you really can't mess up. On the left, you have your pages. In the middle, you have your page. And on top of the page, we have our smart layout. This smart layout is for products and a logo, but I can go manage page and choose a different page layout depending on what I'm creating. So you can see I have options here like 3 products and a logo, half image, half product, a cover page, and we're going to be continuously adding more and more layouts over time. We also have an option to create custom layouts for you. So if there is a specific way you want your pieces to look and feel, and the layout is specific, the information hierarchy, we can absolutely create something custom for your company. Now I'm doing a simple presentation, so I'm going to start with a cover page. And on this layout, I have a logo, a title block, and an image block. So all I need to do is click on each to add the content. So I'll add a title. In the image block, when clicked, we launch our asset library. So here I can find any images that I've previously uploaded. That means each of your users will have their own little image library that they can store their images in. We also have the shared library, so you can upload all your lifestyle shots, your brand elements, any other photography you have, and make it all available in your studio to make it even easier to create this custom content. And then we also have integration with Unsplash, which is a library of stock art that is completely royalty free. So I can search by keyword and find the perfect image to enhance my design. Now that I have my cover page, I'm going to go ahead and add a second page. I can choose to do a single page or a spread. So if I'm making a lookbook or a catalog, I would choose spread here, which is going to be 2 pages side by side. If you're interested in seeing how quick and easy it is to use that, let us know and we can send you a video or meet. But I'm going to go ahead and add a single page. So again, I can change my page layout. So in this case, I'm going to do 3 products, and I'm actually going to turn off the logo. And then I'm going to add products. So these are product blocks. Once these are clicked, we launch the product search. This is where we're going to have all your products available. And this is going to tie back to the PromoStandards theme of this call. So we'll explain to you how we're going to use your PromoStandards to get all of this product data in here. But as a user, I can now search by keyword, product ID, or product name. And I get the results. I also can see the different color variations. And if I select the color, I get the appropriate product image. So I can find the perfect products and quickly insert them into my design. And they come in with all of that up-to-date, accurate product information. So as you can see, it takes me just a couple seconds to pop in the products here. And if you've ever done something like this in InDesign or a different platform, you know that this is taking a lot of time because you're copying and pasting and having to proofread. It's a lot of work. So I've popped in my products. I have the details. Now I can also edit the details of these items. I'm not going to get into this too much, but it's fully editable. I can choose from different product images if they are available. I can upload my own image in here. I can mark up the pricing. And I also have an option called the sidebar. So just to quickly explain this, we know with each product, there's actually quite a lot of product information available. But if we had to squish all that information on these pages, it's going to start looking really messy. So what we've done is we've introduced the sidebar, which means when somebody is viewing my piece and clicks on a product, we're going to have a pop-up with all that other information, like all the other colors, other product images, the full description, button to view on website, etc. So I'll show you this once I publish, but just want to mention that because I can include other product details with this piece that isn't showing on the page. And then I'm going to go ahead and add another page here. On this page, we'll do half and half. So we have half image, half product. And I'm going to just click on each block. So we'll start with an image here. We'll find one that we like. I'll pick something a little bit random. There we go. And then I can add products. So I'll click to add product and search. Choose my color and add. It comes in with those details. So as you can see, really quick and easy. And I can keep going. So I can add as many pages, as many products as I need. There is no limitation. So if you really needed a 50-page flyer, you could do that in here. But I'm going to go ahead and call this done, and I'm going to publish my piece. So all I do is click Publish Design. And that's it. I'm ready to go. Once I go share, I now have my link that I can share with my customers. So I can take this link and put it into an email, post it on social media, put it on my website, put it in a blog. You can use it anywhere you'd like. Whoever gets to the link can now browse this piece that was created. And as mentioned, I can click on these products for additional information. So I can see the other product images, download them, read the description, etc. So we have all of the details in here, making these pieces a lot more shoppable. And that's it. I'm ready to go. Now, quick note, if I need to come back and make a change, like replace a product or add some pages, anything like that, I can go find my design in the dashboard, click edit, and publish changes. Anyone with this link is automatically going to see those updates. And this is going to make your lives much easier when you're using it to create marketing content. So if you're creating lookbooks and catalogs and you need to make changes quickly, you'll just jump in here, adjust, publish, and that's it. No need to go into InDesign, export files, and so forth. So that is a very quick walkthrough. We'd love to show you more and show you how to make lookbooks in here and other types of content. So reach out if you'd like to see that. But we'll go back to our presentation now. So now we're going to talk a little bit about product data. So, of course, with ZOOMstudio, one of the biggest elements is getting your product data connected to the tool. We have a few different options available for that integration, and today's session is focused on PromoStandards. Now, if you are somebody joining us who doesn't have PromoStandards ready or isn't doing it, that does not mean you cannot use ZOOMstudio. We have other integration options available for you. So to talk a little bit about that, the three integration options we have are our API, which is something you can implement to push your product data to us. We can also use spreadsheets if need be. So we'll map to your product spreadsheet and keep it up to date that way. And ideally, PromoStandards. So PromoStandards is a very simple way to get things up and running. It is literally no work for you if you have your PromoStandards done. We do all the work on our side. And we only use 3 of the services right now. So we know some suppliers are partially there in terms of getting their PromoStandards done. So if you're one of those, don't rule yourself out, because it is likely you've started with the 3 services we're using. So if you're not sure and you'd like us to do a real quick audit of what you have available, let us know and we can jump in there and take a look. But the 3 services we use to power ZOOMstudio is the product data, price and configuration, and media. So these are the core ones as it relates to marketing data. Now down the road, we likely will start to use some of the other services like inventory and so forth. But these are the 3 that would be required if you'd like to use PromoStandards fully for your integration. And just a little breakdown for some interesting facts. Right now, with the suppliers that have ZOOMstudio, 65% of them are integrated via PromoStandards, 20% are using spreadsheets, 12% are using our API to push their data to us. And then we have a small section of suppliers that have a custom integration. So what the custom integration means is that they possibly need us to use maybe just one of their PromoStandards services or 2 and get the rest of the data somewhere else. Or they have their own API that they want us to connect to. So again, we can work out exactly what is going to meet your needs in terms of getting you set up, and we can integrate that way. So as a reminder, if you're interested in using PromoStandards to get ZOOMstudio set up, but you're not sure if everything you need is there, let us know. We'll take a complimentary look and send you a little report on where you stand with these 3 services. And if they're not ready, what next steps we can take to get it up and running. So let's talk a little bit about how it works. First off, when you sign up for ZOOMstudio, we have to go through what we call the integration. This is work we do on our side. It is not work on your end. And we basically start by getting some credentials for your PromoStandards endpoints, and we jump in there and we do that audit. We check to see if what we need is there, and if it's there, we can go ahead and get you set up on what we call staging. So we'll set up a demo site, pull in your data, and allow you to be able to see what that looks like before going live. So we'll connect and configure. Now, once we've connected to your data, we pull that data and store it in our product library. So we're not continuously hitting your PromoStandards all the time. We're bringing all the data over on our end and powering the ZOOMstudio that way. We'll also, just jumping down here, set regular updates to your data. So unfortunately, PromoStandards isn't built in a way that is like a live data feed where if a price changes, it instantly changes on our end, but it's okay, it works fine. So what we do instead is run regular updates to refresh your data on our end. So we can set those refresh updates as often as needed for you. On whatever cadence, so that could be weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, more frequently, whatever matches your product and product data changes, we can do. With that, once an update automatically runs, you're going to get a report on how that update went. Our suppliers have found this extremely helpful because we know that when you get PromoStandards up and running, it's kind of hard to tell like if everything is good or if there's anything missing. It's a lot of code and you just don't know. So number one, seeing your data in ZOOMstudio is going to give you a unified view of your PromoStandards data. You're going to see exactly what product images are there, what the pricing looks like with the price breakdowns, what your descriptions look like, and it allows you to find those holes. So when we do your integration and we get you set up in staging, you'll have an opportunity to make any fixes and changes if need be. And you can work through that for getting that update, and we'd refresh it until you think staging looks perfect. Along with it is that report. So you will get a report from us. It's a spreadsheet and it tells you exactly what is missing, if any errors came up. So if certain products were missing their images, or if there's some swatches missing, if there's pricing missing. And again, these reports just help you stay on top of your promo standards, and it's going to be a benefit overall to anyone using your promo standards, because you're going to be able to get it more accurate and more up to date. So an added bonus of coming on board with ZOOMstudio is that unified view of your data and those ongoing reports to ensure that your data is in a good place and is accurate and up to date. So we'll refresh your data, and whoever is coming in the tool will be able to use that refreshed data. And then, of course, if at any point there is like an emergency, you had a product you absolutely have to remove from your studio, or you unexpectedly launched a new item, we can always run these updates on demand as well. So you would just submit the request and we'll get it done. Down the road, we are going to have a section in our dashboard where you can actually run and manage your updates on your own. But right now we do all that work for you. So that's pretty much it on how we use your promo standards and which promo standard services we need to be able to get you fully up and running on ZOOMstudio. And just to return back to the studio to point out a few areas where we are pulling and using the data. So I'm going to come back to my design here. So as you can see with each product, actually, let me go to the published piece. We have pricing, we have swatches, colors, images. All of this is coming from PromoStandards. So in the product data service, we're able to get the product name, the product IDs, the descriptions. In price and config, we're able to get the pricing and quantity breaks. So you can see down here, I have not just the lowest price point, but I have all the price points and those break points, the price code. And then with media, we're able to get your color swatches and your product images. You can send us blank and branded product images. We're actually currently building a new feature that will allow a distributor or your team member to upload logo and have it automatically imprint on all the items. So if you have those blank product images, it's going to be really helpful for that release. But we can support both, so your users can choose, depending on what they're creating, if they want a decorated item or if they want blank. A note on swatches, we know some of you use swatch images while others use the hex code. So either way, we can get that data from PromoStandards. And any other data that is available in PromoStandards for your products that you're not seeing here, we can configure in. So we would review your data and have a call with you before the setup, so a kickoff call. Talk about your data and your specific needs for displaying your items appropriately. And if your data is available in PromoStandards, we can pull it into the tool. Now, a side note, if there is some piece of information that isn't in PromoStandards, but you want to use PromoStandards, but you need that information as well, again, don't rule it out. We've done some custom integrations and options so we can look at how to make sure that data is here. For example, with PromoStandards, we cannot get the links for where your products are on your website, so each individual product page URL. However, if you can provide us that data, we can give you an API to do that, or whatever's going to be best. We can supplement the data with it. So for this example, we now can have this view on website button that allows the visitor to view that item on the supplier website. Another side note, I can turn this off too. So if a distributor doesn't want it, they can just unselect that button and it'll come off of the sidebar. So as you can see, the studio is empowering this ZOOMstudio, and it's totally hands-off for the supplier once integration is done. You don't need to send us spreadsheets or ask us to make data changes. We're just refreshing your data from the source of PromoStandards. All right, so we have 1 minute left. So just a quick note, we have a few upcoming sessions. So on March 28th, we're going to be looking at how to utilize templates to create accurate, fast, and editable content. This one's really exciting because we just made a nice big release to our template library. For those of you here with ZOOMstudio, we'll be sending an announcement out about that so you can learn how to use it and jump in and use it. April 11th, we're going to be talking about empowering your sales team. So how best to onboard your sales team and get them used to using a new tool, show them the value and get them on board so they can easily create this content, track it, and give you a source of truth as to what is being sent out there. And then we have other sessions in development. If there's any specific topic you're interested in, let us know, and we'd be happy to consider it for a future demo day. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and type them in the chat box, and we'll go through those now. And so we're being asked if we have the recording. We do. So we will send this out in our follow-up once it's processed. So we'll email all of you guys with the session. We're also happy to get on a one-on-one call. I know that some of you might want to get in the more technical details. So we can do that on our call. And we can also give you a full demo and show you the product. Someone asked if they have their own product API and not PromoStandards. We can absolutely use that. So reach out, we can take a look and we can get you set up that way. We have a few suppliers doing that already. Somebody's asking about pricing for ZOOMstudio. So that's a great question. So the pricing for getting up and running on ZOOMstudio is dependent on how many SKUs you have. So there's going to be a one-time integration fee, which will be the cost to get everything set up, as to connect to your data, go through the process of setting you up on staging to take a look and approve everything. And then once the integration is done, you'll be billed a reoccurring annual service fee. So on that go live date, you'll get your first service fee, and then that'll be billed again that same day the next year, and so forth. So one-time integration fee and then an annual fee. And then if you want to know what those costs are specifically for you, we just need to know your SKU count and we can send you a quote. How long does it take to get set up? So setup is really probably about a week or two. It kind of depends on the supplier and where they're at with their data and the integration method. We can definitely get you up and running quicker if you are on PromoStandards. So I would say if you're in a good place with your PromoStandards, we would need about a week or two to get everything ready to go, and then get you into staging to approve it to go live. Someone is asking how we get the images. So in PromoStandards, there's the media service, which is where we're going to pull the data from, or the product images from, and we'll associate those with the product data so that when we choose the color in the color dropdown, we get the primary image. So this is kind of the nitty-gritty of PromoStandards, and we can talk more about that. If you do not have your media service ready and you have your images somewhere else, we do have solutions for that. We could even offer image hosting, so we can talk a bit more about your images and your need and get that going. So again, just reach out and we can discuss that a little bit. Somebody's asking when we'll have the option to add logos to products. So that is a very exciting project we have in the works right now. It's actually quite simple, and I can really quickly give you guys a sneak peek at this. This was not planned part of my demo, but I'd like to show it anyway. So this is our prototype and what we're building. Just give me a second here. All right, so this is a prototype. This is how it would look, but as a user, I can come into the tool and I start by doing my design settings. So I name my design, choose currency, and then I have my logo for the cover and footer. But what we're doing is adding a virtuals tab here where I can now browse and choose the logo that I'd like to be applied to the product automatically. So I can upload a new one, and I can also edit logos. So if I need to remove the background or change the color, I can do that. Then I hit select, and now this logo is saved to this design. So as I create, the logo is automatically going to be applied to any products that I add. So I'll go ahead and start adding products to my page. We are upgrading the search where you can choose multiple products at once. Once you have your product selected, you hit add, and that's it. They're automatically going to come in with the logo in the primary imprint location. So if you want to learn more about this, reach out. We'd be happy to show you a bit more in detail, but our main goal with this tool is speed. We know that suppliers struggle to make the quantity of virtuals they need and create them quickly. So by having a really nice dashboard to configure imprint areas, we can auto apply imprints to primary imprint locations. And of course, as a user, if I want to and need to move this logo to a different imprint area, I can do that. So we'd be able to show all the imprint areas available for the item, switch it, and apply that logo to maybe the left chest or right chest or wherever else on the product. This is a really quick demo of this, but it is where we're headed now with the tool so that logos can be added to items. So if you want to learn more about that, reach out. Can a distributor put their website URL on here? So it depends on the template, but you definitely can. And there's a couple of ways that you could do that. One is, sorry, let me find my design here. So one is if you use a layout that has a text block, you can come into the text block and put it here. So maybe instead, if I wanted to add a back cover page, this would be my recommendation. We can say, you know, hello at website URL, switch that, sorry, zoomcatalog.com. So you can add it where there's a text block. We are going to be updating a new content block for layouts where contact information auto pulls in from profile, which is going to be a nice little add-on. So yes, you can do it. And if you want to learn more about that, reach out. All right, let's see. I'm getting questions in 2 spots. So, okay, I think I've answered all the questions. We had a great turnout today, so I appreciate you all joining us. And I hope you can join one of our future sessions. If you have interest in seeing any of the sessions you missed in the past, we have all those available as well. So let us know and we can share them with you. And of course, reach out for a one-on-one so we can give you a bit more of a in-depth walkthrough, talk about your data specifically. There's another huge piece that I haven't even mentioned at all, which is our website integration options. We have some APIs that allow you to bring ZOOMstudio into your website in a really powerful way so that your website visitors can instantly create presentations and flyers. So reach out to us about that as well. We'd love to show you how it works. And hopefully we can get some of you guys up and running on ZOOMstudio. For those of you that are on Studio, we appreciate you joining and hope this was helpful. And as mentioned, later this week, we're going to be sending out a big release announcement about our new template library upgrades. So be on the lookout for that. But thank you so much for all your time. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and we hope to hear from you soon.